Bad coffee advice I've heard and why it's wrong. Only light roast is true specialty coffee. And I can tell you the reasons why I like a medium roast. And then you can come to me and tell me, well, I don't like a medium roast because of that. They're supposed to enjoy the acidity, the complexity as it gets more extracted. In my experience, the lack of sweetness. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about your struggle. Nobody cares about your journey. Anything is special because you think it's special. We live. We live. We live right now. I'm doing pretty good right now. I hope that you're doing pretty good right now. I got a topic. It's a good one, I think. Bad coffee advice I've heard and why it's wrong. Only light roast is true specialty coffee. A lot of times when we talk about coffee or really anything, I don't think people realize is that coffee is just many things of many other things. Meaning that no matter what we do, it's always going to be a spectrum of hobbyists, enthusiasts, fanatics, and all. And no matter what we do in this whole thing that we call coffee, we have to realize that all industries, all facets of hobbies have had this thing. And what I mean by that is division. And I know when we talk about division, sometimes it's like a bad word that we're actually saying. But division is just simply saying people's preferences. And we all have our different preferences for whatever different reasons. Sometimes we like coffee. Sometimes we don't like coffee for whatever reason. Sometimes we like blue cheese. Sometimes we don't like Swiss cheese. It doesn't really matter what we're really doing here. I guess what I'm saying here is that when we have something that we like, it's always going to be people saying or stating that they like something for whatever reason. Same here with me. Me, as you already know, I don't get down and I don't care for light roast. I just don't. In the very beginning of my journey, I did. I thought it was a jam. I thought that that was what I needed to drink. And I drank that for a very long time. Nobody put a gun to my head saying that I needed to like light roast because that's what specialty coffee was or is or whatnot. But I think the reason why that is truly really bad advice is because people are people. People like different things for whatever reason. Like I can go up to you and tell you that I like a medium roast, and I can tell you the reasons why I like a medium roast. And then you can come to me and tell me, well, I don't like a medium roast because of that. I like it because of this, whatever reason it may be. And I think truly that's the beauty in all of this is that we have our preferences. We like what we like. We go back to seeing the things that we don't like. And it's perfectly fine. For instance, I don't care for like cold brews or iced coffees. I've tried them many times. I don't mind mixing like milk and creamer on them because that's the way I can really get down with it. But at the end of the day, it's just not something that I care for. And it's perfectly fine. I remember I think I was doing it for like a month or something. My wife was looking at me crazy years ago. And she was like, give it up. If you don't like cold brew, you don't like cold brew. And that just kind of stopped me in my tracks. Letting me realize is that, yeah, if I don't like it, I don't like it. If I don't like iced coffee, I don't like iced coffee. If you like espresso once or twice a month, that's perfectly fine. If you are a fanatic of pour overs and different devices, as you can see behind me, and filtered coffee and the intricacies of that in a medium and a dark roast, that's fine. It is what it is. And once we settle on the things that we like and the reasons why we like it, we truly, really don't have to look back. And I think a lot of times when people think about coffee to an extent, they think about light roast. They think that that's the way they're supposed to have coffee. They're supposed to enjoy the acidity, the complexity as it gets more extracted in my experience. The lack of sweetness, even though some people are kind of crazy and they taste sweetness on lightly roasted coffees, which I still don't get. But it doesn't matter. Those people are people. They like what they like. And it's perfectly fine for them to love and gel with the things that they want. But I don't consider that specialty. I really don't. The thing that I look at when I think about specialty, it comes down to the beans, the way that they're grown, processed, cared for. And then you have the roaster, like myself, thinking about the end user, thinking about the way that they will want to enjoy the coffee. And I do truly believe that there's different aspects of that particular coffee that work really well at different degrees of roast. I don't think there's one size fits all. I think if that coffee is truly really great or good, then for the most part, you'll probably have a couple hits at it at different variations of roast. And I think that's the true essence of what specialty is, at least to me. And again, like I'm saying, it's one of those things to where that's my definition. Somebody else's definition may be, I only care for light roast. And they may give you the reasons why. And they can tell you that they're tasting sweetness and all that good stuff, right? But at the end of the day, it's up to us. And having a division on what we like, why we like it, what we care for, why that's critical, why is that important. I think once we get to that promised land, we're going to be in a better place. It's really that simple. We're going to be in a better place to where we can understand each other. And if we don't get down with it, with each other on these particular coffees, that's fine. There's plenty of variety. There's plenty of things that we can care about in coffee because it's a big world out there. And we start to limit ourselves or stay with this particular tribe, we may be missing out on even more so. Not realizing that this coffee is so cool and unique and different, and we can enjoy it as whatever roast degree that we want to enjoy it at. For instance, I was a big intermittent faster, which I'm still kind of am. I don't do like a 1 meal a day thing anymore. I probably eat my food about 12, 1 o'clock. Sometimes I'll push it a little bit later. But I was really like fixated on like, this is my tribe. This is my body. This is a thing that I care about. And it got to the point to where anybody who wanted to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I looked down at them. I thought that they were crazy. And again, letting you in on my personality, but it does relate to coffee because as you think about it and see it, it's the same thing. We all try to draw a line in the sand, saying to each other that this is who I am. This is who I represent. And the thing about it is that for the most part, if you really get down to the nitty gritty, nobody cares. Nobody cares about your struggle. Nobody cares about your journey. Nobody cares about what you think about whatever you may care about in coffee or in life. You care. So that's really where you need to get things to make sense and all. But yeah, it's interesting, this whole light roast thing. And as you know, I've done extensive research and experimentations and trying to figure it out. And I think I'm almost there. And you have to like almost change your perspective in order to understand it. You still may not like it. You may appreciate it a little bit more than what you did before, but it's still perfectly fine to say it's still not my jam. It's still not my cup of tea. And again, light roast is just one aspect of coffee. It is one place to where somebody or something can give you something. Somebody can give another person something in their interpretation of what is great in this particular being. That's perfectly fine. Everybody's different. But if you like a dark roast that has a little bit more fruitiness on it that expresses itself, that comes alive a lot, shout it to the world. Some people may hear you, but for the most part, who gives a fuck? It doesn't matter. You care. You like it for whatever reason that you like it. And if that's the specialty that you get from that coffee, or for what you like in coffee, that's all that matters. I know this may sound cheesy, just end off on this note, but anything is special because you think it's special. You may like it for whatever reason, but if it touches your heart, if it touches your soul, if it really just brings the best out of you and gives you a chance and opportunity to just enjoy life for what it is, that's all you need. And if that makes it special to you, who gives a damn what other people say, who tell you that you have to enjoy it this way or no way and or whatnot. Who cares? It doesn't matter. And even if you do convert them on the way that you love specialty coffee for whatever reason that you do, it doesn't matter. They have to come to that or they don't have to come to that. At the end of the day, as long as you are vocal in expressing yourself into what you think specialty coffee is to you, that's all that matters, you know? And I think that's what keeps it going. I think that's what makes it spicy. And division is okay. We're not all going to sit here and get along with everything that we do. But, you know, it is what it is. Is specialty coffee only light roast? Hell no. No. Nah. It is not. It's all the coffees. Light, medium, dark, everything in between. Espresso, pour over. It doesn't really matter. It just matters about what you care about. That's it. That's the only thing that matters. What you think that is special. Your own definition, your own standards. And if that coffee is special to you, just let it be. Okay? It's going to work out for you. So that's my soapbox. That's what I think. That's what I feel. Let me know what you think about this. Because again, light roast is just a aspect, a section, a segment into this whole grand scheme of things. And even though I was really kind of put off with all the lightly roasted coffees at the expo, that's what somebody thinks that is greatness, which is perfectly fine. But as you see, as I vocalize the way that I care about coffee and why I care about it, that's on me. Hopefully you are also just expressing yourself the way that you want to, and that you're enjoying your coffee the way that you want to, and what makes your coffee special to you. That's really what we're getting down to. So this is Okie at Everyday Beans. I'll talk to you later. Bye.